Okay, we are live. Oh my God, I am super stoked today because my name is Dr. Ruthann Newton Lightburn from Freeport, Bahamas, or Coach Ra, and I have the distinct pleasure of introducing my guest tonight. I have known him for a few years. I've heard of his name, and then I physically met him last year at a meeting in November. And it was a meeting of the minds, and it was absolutely dynamic to actually physically meet him. But now I can introduce him to my family and friends in the Bahamas. So this is a father of 9, of 4, which he proudly delivered himself. I mean, he's so proud of that. He studied pre-med at Maryville College, acquired a bachelor's of holistic health and nutrition, master's in herbalism, received the coveted distinction of naturopathic doctor, and serves as a health practitioner. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce to some and present to others Dr. Franco Taylor. Welcome.
Well, it's my plum pleasing pleasure, as I like to say, being a country boy from down in the mid south of the United States. It's a pleasure being with you, and I'll just say you are truly a multimedia mogul. You
Thank
taught me some stuff, and I just turned 70 a week ago, and you literally have taught me some things. Just a short space with your patience and your expertise. It's just phenomenal. Who would have thought an old dog could learn new tricks? But I'm getting good at this computer thing, and I appreciate you. Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Awesome. Dr. Franco, tell us a little bit about your history as a naturopath. Like, what makes being a naturopath and what do you do?
Well, basically, as a naturopath, I teach people how to get well naturally without drugs and medication.
And so, exactly how many years have you been doing this? And like, what type of diseases have you seen in your profession? Hello?
I see the person behind you.
Okay. Okay. Stay out of the, sorry. Yeah. So, how many years have you been doing this? And exactly what type of different ailments have you had to deal with over the years?
Well, to be honest with you, it's been a 40-year stint as of my birthday, actually, December the 17th, 40 years. Dr. Ruth Ann, I've worked with 11 to 12,000 people dealing with everything from lose weight, gain weight, high blood, diabetes, even cancer, and full-blown AIDS. And I've seen it turned around hundreds, tens of hundreds, thousands of times. I didn't say I healed anybody. The body actually healed itself when the individuals just listened to and clung to some simple things that the body needed in order to do what God intended for it to do. So I've seen all diseases, all sicknesses, all cancers. I've seen them all turn around multiple hundreds and hundreds of times.
And when you saw these different things turn around, was it was based on nutrition, based on what they ate? Like, what was the basis of that?
Okay, it was based on the basic needs of the body. One of them, of course, is oxygen. The other one, of course, is water. They have to be hydrated. Thirdly, they needed nutrition, not food, but nutrition. See, we're eating lots of food. People can afford more food than they ever have in history, but they're not eating good food. They're eating processed food. They're eating dead food. They're eating food that's been overcooked. So there are no nutrients in the food. So the body requires nutrients, not food. So the third thing it needs is nutrients. The fourth thing it needs, Dr. Ruth Ann, is to be cleansed out. And if I had a fifth one to add, I would say to stay clean. So, you really basically want to clean out, clean up, and stay clean.
Okay, so what do you say to somebody? Because I know, for instance, with me, I originally got sick back in 2015. And honestly, Dr. Franco, I remember that was the mantra of the naturopath that I saw in Texas. He
Okay.
said, Ruth Ann, you need to change your diet. And, he gave me one based on my blood. And, it didn't have maconch. It didn't have the certain things that I wanted to eat.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not doing that. And I
Right.
remember him, it was so funny because I remember on one of the things that were on there, it was black beans. And so I said, Dr. Abdo, how do you expect me to eat black beans? What, for breakfast? And he said, well, Lufan, if that's something you have to eat, you'll learn to eat it.
Right.
And honestly, Dr. Franco, I was like, nope,
Right.
uh-uh. And I remember even before going to see him, I had gone to McDonald's first, got my little chicken nuggets, got my Big Mac, got my French fries. I was
Okay.
enjoying it,
Okay.
you know? And after seeing him, I remember just constantly hearing that in my head. And honestly, I can tell you now, 5 years later, I know nutrition is key because
Right.
after coming out of the coma in 2017, I made it my business to change my diet.
Right.
And I say all of this to say that you're saying nutrition, but a lot of times people don't keep to it.
They
So
don't. Yeah.
I know you and I met physically in Florida based on a company that has basically science behind everything they do.
That's right.
Explain to me a little bit about why would you partner with this company as a doctor? Because as a medical profession, to me, that's a whole nother level.
Right.
Whether it's
Right. Right.
neuropathic or medical, I feel like, a layman can get in bed with a network marketing company. But for a doctor to do it, that's like a whole nother level right there. Explain to
Right.
me, why would you put your practice, why would you put yourself on the line
Okay.
for a company?
Well, I tell you, I've been involved with other companies before, and I got with them in a lot of cases because they may have one strong product, okay? But all the rest of their products were basically cookie cutter. I have myself designed 12 products. 8 of them are liquids, which means they're readily absorbable into the system. But I tell people, and I've been telling them, and this is the whole crux of the matter, Dr. Ruthann, I've been telling them for 40 years that though my products have been blessed to be some of the best ordained by God, okay, they still will not work if the body is not digesting them properly. So if they don't eat right, drink right, get exercise, rest, sleep, get all the stress out of it, if they don't do the things that the body requires, then my products or no other products going to work. Even good nutrition won't work if you're not digesting it. If the arteries are all clogged up, you're not getting circulation. If your lungs are full of mucus, you're not getting enough oxygen, and the body can't digest the food, it won't burn and turn to energy. And if the DNA and the white blood cells are not out fighting for you because they're so weak and so compromised, you won't get well. So I asked God 40 years ago, and I have been every year since, to show me a company, a multi-million dollar or billion dollar company that would put their money where their mouth was. In other words, if they would just help the body to heal itself, like I've been telling people they got to do for 40 years. And when I walked into and I was invited into Sankey Global, my mouth dropped when I heard of this man named Dr. Behi Ideas, who had spent 40 years developing products based on the nanotechnology and nutrigenomics. That was just what I had been talking about. In other words, the nanotechnology said that the products were broken down into such small, minuscule particles that they could go straight through the blood brain barrier, and they could go straight through the cells at the microcellular level and immediately begin to feed the body. Immediately cause thermogenesis to burn up the fats and the sugars. Immediately cause the white blood cells, the DNA, to fuel the white blood cells to go through the body and to get. In other words, it would immediately flush out and shower the cells and get the free radicals and the poisons out, so that the body would start working immediately, doing what it was supposed to do. Then if the person just began to eat better, so forth, so on, they could keep it up. But it would give them a chance to see that it wasn't drugs that healed them, that it wasn't meds that killed. Instead, what it was just getting the nutrients that the body needed. And this was the first company in my 49 years of working, 47 years of working with different companies with different products, even my own, to find a company that had the wherewithal to help the body basically heal itself. And that is the mantra of the medical, scientific medical director. That is his mantra, that we can't help the people unless we tell them the truth. And the truth is that the body heals itself. First company, 47 years, all the hundreds of companies I've seen, never has a company bragged on the fact that the creator had already placed in our system something that would work. And they spent 40 years learning how to work with that. And this is the most powerful product that has ever come down the market, down the system, simply because it does just that. That means that it will work for 100% of the people 100% of the time. And that has never, ever happened before, including the wonderful products that I was blessed to put. They only work with maybe 50, 60% of the people because the other 40% just wouldn't do right. Well, this bypasses what they're doing, goes straight through to the blood, straight through to the immune system, and tools the body, fuels the body, nudges the body into immediately beginning to do what it's supposed to do. So the body begins to reverse, recover, and restore itself as it was designed to do. And I'm stoked. I'm excited. I'm still having trouble believing that it's doing what it's doing for my family and all the people I come in contact. It's just unbelievable. I've not had one bad report yet, not one. All good reports immediately.
I know you were telling a story. Well, first of all, let's tell the people out there at the Facebook Live community. When we were in Florida, they showed us a little machine.
Okay.
Um, do you have your machine or
I
no?
haven't. I
Don't
have to
worry.
walk away to get it. Can I walk real quick?
You can go get it. Go get
I'll
it.
go get it. Take just a
Yeah.
second.
So I'll tell y'all while he's walking away to get it, there's this little machine while we were in Florida that they had. And so they called four persons back in the room and they did something. They put this machine to the person's fingernail. And after putting it to the person's fingernail, they gave them one of the products, specifically Arbolage. Okay. And there we go. They gave us this. And what's in it is this here. Let me show you. So they took out one of these and they put it in a cup of water and they had them drink it. So I'm going to let Dr. Franco finish and tell you what you do with this thing and what it is and what taking one of these does in 20 minutes. Take it away.
Okay. If they can see this, this
Cut
is
it up a
just a
little bit. There you
little
go.
larger.
Okay.
Can you see it? Let's
Take
see.
it up
Let
a
me
little and take it away. Take it away from you.
take
There
it back.
you
How
go,
about
right
that?
there. Okay.
Okay. This is called a micro scanner. I have a microscope in my office that's a $5,000 microscope, and I do what is called live blood and dried blood analysis. I have to prick the finger, have to collect the blood, have to keep it sterile and sanitary, put it on a plate, and then I put it on the slides and then show it on the screen. And it's just so cumbersome. It's just so much to do. This takes the place of that microscope. It's handheld. I can hold it like this, and I can put it on the finger like that, and I can see through the finger and show the individual their blood at the microcellular level. They can see the mitochondria, which is the smallest powerhouse in the cell. They can see the capillaries. They can also see the inflammation, the visceral fatty tissue, and inflammation actually covering up the cells where you can't see them good. Then they can take a drink of what you just showed them, the Belage. They take the stick, pour it in 16 ounces of water, drink it down, and 20 minutes later, they'll actually see the fatty tissue and the inflammation disappearing from the cell. The white cells are eating it up. It's disappearing. They'll also see the mitochondria begin to pulsate. They'll be able to see the cell clearer, and they'll actually see the capillaries extending, growing, becoming longer, larger, and therefore pumping more blood, and they'll immediately begin to feel the blood pumping through their body, the energy going into their system. This is phenomenal. The individual, and I know where the question is going to be next is, why is that important? Because for the first time in everyone's life, they get a chance to actually see what they've heard about before, and that is what their blood actually looks like. They get to see for themselves why they're having a problem. No, we're not going to diagnose, but they see what a cell should look like, and then they see what theirs is looking like. That tells them that they got a problem. And then they can take something like this that has all this nutrient food value, all this antioxidant value, and put it into their all the hydration and body balancing value into their body. 20 minutes later, they see all of their blood begin to recover, restore, and improve. Wow. You think that will help them want to do better? That's why I say every doctor of any type ought to have something like this to show the people for the first time that they do matter, they do count, they see and can be a part of their own healing. That'll make them want to, if that's what the individual wants. And I'm not picking or
Yeah.
pushing. I'm just saying if
Well,
they
I know
want
because I remember looking at one of our journey partners there. She had
right,
lymphedema,
right,
and I remember seeing we couldn't see any of the cells at all. We couldn't
that's
see the
right,
top. We couldn't see the bottom. But within 20 minutes, we could see the head and the
right,
bottom. But
that's right,
initially, we couldn't even see the formation of any
that's
type
right. Right.
of blood cell at all.
It causes the body to begin to recover, reverse, and restore immediately. Immediately. The body knows what to do. All you got to do is give it a jump start. And that's what these products do. They work at the microcellular level to flush out the system, put antioxidants in, which gets rid of all the stuff that doesn't belong, the free radicals and so forth, and create thermogenesis at the cell level to help burn fatties and sugars and turn them into energy and therefore not leave them deposited in the bloodstream.
Well, another thing, I know you and I did like a little three-way yesterday with somebody, and it was interesting what you said to the young lady. She had asked you about her mother, and she
Right,
said her mom was having slight dementia.
right.
And you had said, she asked you, well, would these products work for that? And you were like, definitely, because it would feed the brain. But I never even thought that dementia had anything to with feeding the brain. Like that was the lack of all of these things. Like I knew it was lack of oil and all this different stuff, but I was blown away by what you said yesterday because I know so many people that are suffering with dementia.
That is so powerful. My mother suffered with what they said was dementia, and they said she's having a history. I said, no, she doesn't have a history of that. I said, just let me get her home. I got her home and put her on some juices and got her back on her fruits and salads. This is the whole idea. The brain, 3 pounds of brain, actually needs 33% of the nutrients that go into the body. Now, I didn't say food, I said nutrients. Well, let's just look at something. If you've got over on this hand, you've got animal products. We know they're dead because we're not eating any live chickens. But the bottom line is, if you cook a vegetable, is it live or is it dead? It's dead. You don't have time to think about that later, okay? So that means your scrambled eggs, your macaroni cheese, your chicken, all that's dead. Over on this side of this hand, you got green meat, lettuce, cucumbers, bell peppers, tomatoes, all of that, apples, peaches, pears, plum, bananas, grapes, raisins, all that's over here. Which side has enzymes that's going to help the body digest the meal? The live side. Which side has minerals going to build the muscles, joints, ligaments, and tendons? The live side. Which side has vitamin? Vitamins, light, that's going to build the immune side? The live side. Which side has fiber that's going to make the bowels move? The live side. Which side do people eat the most of? Are
That's
you
right.
getting it? People, are you getting it? I'm not saying you can't eat this. I'm not saying you're going to die and go to hell because you eat this, but you must have more of this because it has everything that you need. And Sankey Global products are all designed to put these nutrients into the body in multiple millions of nanoparticles that go in and literally feed the body at the microcellular level. And the whole body, all the organs, everything begins to respond immediately.
Like,
Immediately.
okay, like for me, for instance, I've been on the products now 6 weeks, going on 6 weeks. And within 6 weeks, Dr. Franco, it's been amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. For those that don't know, I suffer with something called lupus transverse myelitis, neuromyelitis optica, which is autoimmune deficiency. My myelin sheath is unraveling. I have muscle weakness, haven't been able to walk since 2017, at all, since a coma. But literally the firing that started a week and a half in, I was like, what's going on in my legs? And
Right.
then initially I was even able to come off my opioids. I had to go back on half of them because all of this energy was pulsating through my legs. But then I've decided that I'm going off it completely. But to just know that I was able to come off opioids, the synthetic opioid tramadol, I'm like blown away because I've been on it for 4 years.
Right.
Like, how do you explain this? Like, and then I felt like my knees were locking and I feel my core strength coming back. And I remember sitting today, I just was telling my caregiver, I remember the last visit I had with a doctor back in 2015. And I asked her, I said, well, one of the doctors, she's not here any longer at the medical team. And I said, how am I going to know when I'm getting better? And
Hmm.
she said, and this was so, this hit me, Dr. Franco. She said, everything will start reversing.
Right. Right.
Did you hear me?
Absolutely.
Everything will start reversing. That just blew my mind this morning when I thought of it. I was like, hold on. Our thing is reverse, restore, recover, reverse, restore. What? I'm
Right.
reversing.
Right.
I was blown away. Like absolutely blown away. Like I just don't know what to say.
Well,
So how do
actually,
you explain that?
well, it's not. Well, it looks like a reverse to you because it's reversing the problem. But what it's doing is it's causing the body to go forward and do what it was meant to do. So all you're doing is just you're taking the handcuffs off of the immune system.
Right.
You're sweeping out the buildup inside of the arteries and the vein. You're getting the cholesterol and garbage out. You're unlocking the bladder and the kidney so that the urine can flow. You're opening up the elimination system so that the bowels can move like they're supposed to, and you're creating free flow through the digestive system and getting all the packed stuff off the walls so the body can be able to absorb the nutrition, turning it into energy, turn it into healing because it knows how to do it. All you're doing is helping it, and Sankey Fit products are designed to do that and only that, to free the body up to do what it already knows how to do.
And so, okay, let's give an example. I'm a person, I have severe high blood pressure, I have severe diabetes, because these are just things that are really prominent in our country.
Right,
Um, I'm on a pile of medication, I on blood thinners, I on insulin, I'm on everything.
right.
Can I take these products?
Absolutely. Because the problem therein is basically uh, poor circulation. And these products open up the bloodstream at the microcellular level and start burning up the visceral fat and stuff that's in the bloodstream. As a matter of fact, the Crenew literally will cause the thermogenesis to burn up these fat and sugar and flour product situation, burn them up in the stomach so that they never make it into the bloodstream. So they're burn up. All this excess waste is actually burned up and turned into energy immediately that can be used, and the residue never makes it to the bloodstream. So then that means that the arteries and veins start doing what? The cholesterol starts coming off the walls. That makes more room, and instead of the blood being blocked, it starts opening up, and the blood starts flowing, and the
Right.
pressure goes down. And the same thing, pretty much, with the visceral fat that gets all over the what am I trying to say? The word is what's my word? What's my word? The receptors. The receptors for the insulin receptors. When the body sees sugar, the brain tells the pancreas to secrete insulin to go to the site to break down the sugar, but it can't get in because there's something covering up the receptors. Guess what it is? Cholesterol, grease, and inflammation. So when this product, these Sankey products, start dissolving all this and don't let more get in, so now the receptors are able to receive the insulin, and the insulin breaks down the sugar, and so now the pancreas is not overburdened anymore, and diabetes begins to go down to the where it should be. So blood pressure, diabetes, even the plugged up bones and joints and so forth, same kind of cholesterol combines with excess calcium in the body and causes that blockage,
Right.
the elbows and so forth, knees. In other words, once you clear out the system, the body begins to move again like it originally did.
Yeah, and another thing, like I know we have a lot of persons that suffer with kidney disease and are on dialysis. And how can, because I know, like, for instance, dialysis, you're very limited to the amount of liquid you're allowed to take in. Like, how can we help them? Can we help
Well, we can simply because in a little bit of liquid, there's a lot of help as it relates to hydration. So you go to the inner seven. The inner seven takes all these minerals and all this hydration into the body at the microcellular level. So a little bit will help to hydrate the body. Once
them?
the body becomes hydrated, believe it or not, the kidney, if it's still functioning, will begin to repair. God's body was designed to repair itself. You just have to give it what it needs. And then there's some other things that can be done. Actually, a person can actually do a steam bath. And remember, when you do a steam bath, what comes out of the pores of your skin?
Toxins and stuff.
Toxins and poisons. What comes out when you urinate? Poisons
Toxins
and
and
toxins. So if you did 2 or 3 steam baths a day, what would be coming out?
toxins and
Poisons and
poison.
toxins, and it would be giving the kidneys a break. I don't know if you heard what I said.
I
Uh,
just heard what you
we have
said.
watched individuals walk off of the dialysis machines by making sure that they got the poisons and toxins off, which is all the kidney is designed to do, is to take the blood, pull the poisons and toxins out, and shoot them out through the urinary tract. Okay. Well, when it gets to where it can't do that, all it needs is a little rest and a little help. You get the poisons and toxins out, the kidney gets a rest, and it can start back functioning again because God's body is designed to heal itself.
Listen to me. When I say you blowing my mind and get me all jacked upside my head over here. Oh my goodness.
And it's not
Oh,
that difficult. It's just anything that's called science is basically common sense, is basically biblical. And that's, Leviticus 17 says the life of the flesh is in the blood. If you got good flowing blood, all the arteries, all the veins, all the muscles, joints, tissues are going to work like they're supposed to. But if you got poor flowing blood, then they're all not going to work. So the Sankey Fit products definitely cause the body to have that jump start so that pains and back pains. I was with a gentleman just a little bit ago. We were on the Terry Spicer Show, which is an international radio program in Memphis, Tennessee. He was with me. I just turned 70. He's 76. And he joined with our business because he used the products for 4 days. I gave him a 4-day sample of Shinka, right? And
right.
he used it. And he said in 2 days, the back problem he's been dealing with for years, those heavy, heavy pains disappear. He feels a little bitty little nag and a little bitty little something, but the major discomforts disappeared in 2 days. And he went on radio and literally on live radio, which is televised radio, and he actually gave that testimony just a little bit ago, about an hour ago. So we know the products work for all people all the time. They
Yeah, because
work
I
for
know, like, when I listened to Dr. Lee Laney, MD, who is a
oh, that's my
gastroenterologist,
brother. Yeah,
he like raves about these products. And like, I mean, he is like stoked. And guys, for those that are out there, he will be in Nassau, Bahamas on the
right.
26th of January.
That's
And then
right.
he'll fly over to Freeport for a short meeting on the 27th. So those times and invite will come out later. But he is like blown away by the products, especially because he's a gastroenterologist. He talks
Right.
about the gut. The gut is
That's
his
right.
life.
That's right.
And this is what these products target, correct?
Right. That's right. And, like you said, being a doctor who has seen so many people die, so many people have all these problems and operations, da 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 da, and to see products that would help solve them before they got that bad, it's got to be remarkable for him. I've always seen the natural, but he's dealt with the other side, and to have seen that and now to see something that can help, that have you jacked up, and as my fearless leader would say, have you standing on your dang gone head.
For real, for real. So
Yes,
I don't
yes,
want to keep you long because I know it's been going on 30 minutes. But I know some people had asked a few questions. One was um, a lady's son, they can't find out anything that's wrong with him, but he's not able to walk. He has like muscle weakness. They've tried this test, that test. And I told her, Balaj, Inner 7, Cornu, Hasaki, I said, it needs to flow through his blood.
it can't hurt. It can't do anything but help because in cases like that, it could be an autoimmune disease. I don't know, but there's blockage. If you were to ask him, I guarantee you he's not having good bowel movements. He's not drinking a lot of water. He's not getting nutritious food, salads and fruits and so forth. 9 times out of 10, none of that's going on. The body is full of inflammation. So therefore, the muscles, the joints, the ligaments, the tendons, they can't work because they're inundated with visceral fat and free radicals and various types of poisons and toxins that just clog up the system where it can't work like it's supposed to. So cleansing, of course, number one, and that's what the products do. They go in and flush the body at the microcellular level, and then they distribute to the body hydration, balance, pH balance, and then they also put in that which will burn up the excess fatty tissues and so forth and poisons, and they feed the body nutrients, real nutrients, immediately into the system so the body can start working. It can't do anything but help. Helps 100% of the people, 100% of the time, and that includes multiple sclerosis. I have a son at home with me, okay, that was born with cerebral palsy. He's in there asleep right now. Normally, he would be just raising all kind of sand this time of the month, but he's not. He raised a little bit, but he didn't. He went on and went to sleep, and he's been sleeping for the last couple of days because he's been awake. Certain times of the month, he'll stay awake 23 hours. He'll sleep 2. He'll stay awake another 24. He'll just be rocking and making sounds, and the brain is just, he was born 4 months early. But the bottom line is, they said he wouldn't live. He's lived. He's 22 now, and those things that were going on, all the seizures, all the stuff that we've been working with for years, became even better when we introduced Sankey products to him a month ago. Unbelievable. My wife did a testimony on that on one of our calls, and we'll probably do more later. We'll even let you see the young man. But yes, these products work. It doesn't matter what the problem is in the body. They open up the body so the body can do what? Heal itself. And that's the whole idea.
So, in closing, is there anything else you'd like to say before we close off? And then we'll, of course, invite persons out tonight to our Lifestyle Connect, which is online, so they can do it from the comfort of their home, comfort of their phone.
Sure.
And it'll be you, Dr. Franco, and of course, King Trahan will be on as well. But is there anything you'd like to share in closing?
Yes, that we're not saying that the Sankey products are magic. You still need to eat better, but no one ever tells you what eating better is. They just say you need to get a good diet. Well, let me just say this. A good diet simply means go ahead. If you got to eat meat and eat cooked foods, they taste delicious. I eat a few cooked foods, but 70 to 80% of my diet is live food. In other words, just eat more salads and more fruits with your foods that you're eating, and the body will begin to get what it really needs, which is live stuff, not cooked and dead stuff. Then if you use the Sankey Fit products to literally go in and open up and pave the way for the changes that you're making, you'll see a great change in your life immediately, immediately, immediately. Because these products do work for 100% of the people, 100% of the time.
And another thing I just remembered, we didn't even talk about how we can make money. We have talked about how we can heal the whole entire world, but the money which is up there with oxygen, we didn't even tell them how you can do that.
That is very true. Yeah, well, the bottom line is there are 12 ways to actually make money in this business. And I just like to say things like this because they say that facts fail, but stories sell. We've got people in other countries like Dubai and Colombia and in Mexico that are literally making sustainably two, three, four, $5,000 a week just introducing these products to people, not selling them, just giving them a couple of products to take. And because they work for 100% of the people 100% of the time, they immediately get feedback. I want the products. I want to be a distributor. Now, there's 11 other ways, but one way is just to become a customer and have others become customers. Just get customers. Just give them the product. They're going to want it. And before you know it, you get 100 customers spending $100 a month. That's $10,000. And if you're getting 25%, that's $2,500 a month just for getting customers. I just made that simple. And there are 11 other ways of getting paid. And we'll talk about those at another time, even tonight on our call that we're going to have. But again, there are 12 ways of getting paid in this company. The most lucrative pay plan that I've ever seen in my life. So I would say to anybody, take a close look. become a part, become a journey partner with us in Sankey Global 2020, and I promise you, you'll be glad you did.
And so, in closing, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us this evening. And we have a 9 p.m. Eastern Lifestyle Connect. So please get back to the person that brought you to this live, to this Be Live tonight, today on Facebook, because it might not have been me. It might not have been Dr. Franco. It might have been somebody else. So get back to them and let them know, you know what? Whatever I heard, I'm all in. So definitely do that. And then join us tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, and get back to them. They can give you the link. It's just a Zoom link. So I will let you know now. Download Zoom from the App Store. It's free. And then the person will send you the link, and then you just click on that and get on. And we'll be on there at 9 p.m. Eastern with, like I said, Dr. Franco himself and King Tim Trahan. And we will be doing this as we always do. And we will also share what he shared tonight and more. Plus, we'll also be sharing more about the 12 ways of pay. So thank you so much. And like my mentor always says, I love you, but God loves you best. Have a great one, my friends.